What's happening? What's happening? Keith London once again with a video. So first of all, let me say what's up. How y'all doing to all my KO Phoenix Roller viewers and my Roller Channel listeners? Let me get that out the way. It's been a minute. Okay, so there's a misconception going around right now about rollers, where some believe that the recessive red gene is responsible for your bird's performance, like as far as roll, depth, frequency, people. That's not so. That's a myth. It's a myth. A color does not dictate how good a Birmingham Roller rolls unless that trait is set in that family by the breeder. They can set that in there like that, but that's not how it is. If you guys pay attention to history, whereas which birds are winning at what time, you notice it goes in spurts. There was a time when the badge birds were the better birds. They was winning. And then there came a time when you had a lot of spangled mottle birds they weren't winning, but they was always in the top 5 and so forth. And then came the hard color birds, checkers, red checkers, mixed wings, ash reds. And then came the baldy white side badge birds again. So it's like spurts. There's no one color really responsible for frequency or lack of, period. It's not the color. It's the birds themselves, how they were raised, how they were cultivated. That's what's the most important part. So, dudes, recessive red does not make your birds roll more frequent. It does not make your birds deeper. Unless you just happen to have a deep recessive red and you put it to a blue checker that's not deep. Of course you're gonna think that. But that can work the other way around too. You can take a deeper blue checker and put it on a shorter recessive red. And then you would say the recessive reds are the stable birds. They make the birds roll shorter. No, it's not that. It's the birds themselves. You got to pay attention to the birds themselves. Some families were set like that. They're softer feathered birds and stuff like that. So let's just go back a little bit. Let's go to hard and soft colors. Okay, the soft colors are considered red, self, models, some grizzles, spangles, dilutes, some dilutes, yellows, and stuff like that. Those are soft feathers. That don't make them soft pigeons, though. That make them soft feathered pigeons, not soft pigeons. You have the checker pattern is responsible for most of the strength in the feathers if it's red or blue check. But I have red and blue check pigeons that are hard feathered, but medium, soft, and not hard or not soft in the body, more like medium in the body. That's just muscle density. Some birds just pack muscle density, all just pack it all the way through. When you get them birds that strong muscle density, if you get those birds to roll frequent, that's what they will be, frequent birds, frequent individuals. Because with that strong muscle and everything comes a stronger temperament, a stronger character for the bird. And just like the bird almost can say, I don't want to roll today. And he's not, period. That's the thing about stronger birds. When they come, that strong character usually come with them. Strong temperament, all that stuff that come with that strong bird. I've never seen a strong bird with a weak character. Strong physical body, muscle, breast, wing, and the character temperament was, not temperament, more like character was weak. I've never seen too many. You've seen some, but not many. You know what I'm saying? So they go hand in hand. Now, muscle density, the back muscle. Smitty talked about the back muscle today, but the back muscle, is more. You got to be more understood. If you know what it how it's supposed to feel, you still got to understand the importance of it. And I found out over years and years and years, I've had some birds with a nice back, but it's not the back that people describe, and a nice breast to match that back, nice kill pitch. And them birds were some of the better spinners and threw some of the better spinners. Good style, good hard spin. But it's not what they describe. When they describe it, it don't fit what I felt with this bird. What I felt with this bird was like a knot, like a muscle. And it protruded past the vertebrae, the back, the spine on both sides, like a muscle on both sides, like it curved in. You know what I'm saying? And the spine was in the middle. I felt different backs. And the back is not as important as people make it out to be. It's important, but not as important. We can talk about the spasms, breast, relax. It's both muscle and the back. Breast and the back gotta work together. But still, that don't mean it's gonna be a fast bird, or the style is gonna be right. It just means it's gonna relax and contract. What if it don't? Some birds get a muscle spasm in the back, the wings lock up in the back, and then they come out of it. And sometimes it's like they're doing it on purpose to get down. It's like weird. So I don't try to go too far in that, because you fuck around, pull my hair out. As you can see, I don't have none. Pull it all out. Anyway, so let's get back to the color thing. Saying that recessive red is responsible for their frequency and or depth is like saying all tall people play basketball and all short stocky people are football players. And saying anybody who like to fight know how to fight. No, not the same thing. There's some guys who fight well but would rather choose not to fight. And some guys are tall, 6'7", 6'8", and don't want nothing to do with the basketball. And so far for the football player. That's why I went over my little book called Roller Chronicles, and I really did it over again. I actually didn't do it over. I just went into more detail, and I'm still working on it, going into more detail about it as I learn more stuff here and there. So, recessive red does not mean your birds are going to be deep. It does not mean they're going to be frequent. It don't mean that. It don't mean that at all. It's just recessive. That's another color, pretty much. Recessive color at that. But if the family is set that way, yeah. Some families are set that way. That's just how people cultivate a family. That's not edged in stone, though. That's just how that person cultivated that family. You know what I'm saying? So, that's not true. Judge the birds on the bird, not the color. The reason why color balance is to erase those myths over here. Red to blue check all the time. So it gives both sides of the family to roll equal with each other. You see fast reds, you see short blues, and vice versa. But I'm hit on a thing that happened to me this year. Like my first round that I trained, I had like 8 black grizzle pepperhead light birds, 8 of them. Lost 2, maybe 3, 2 or 3. Anyway, out of the 5 that I was flying, 1 turned to a bumper. 1 was too deep, like seriously too deep. No, 2 were too deep. And I still have 1 and 1 kid and 1 another kid. And they're the shorter ones so far. But I was like, they just came out hot this year for some reason. I had a model one. I had 1 roll down from way up off a pair that been breeding for 3 years and never threw a bird past 25 feet. I get a black grizzle, it rolled down from down in the clouds. Disappeared over there somewhere. Never seen it again. Didn't go look for it. Wasn't interested in finding it. So And that's a black grizzle. It just happened this year. So I thought I needed to share to get it off my mind. It's been baffling me, that right there. Anyway, so recessive red. So because I use the Jerry Higgins birds to increase my kid's sensitivity, there's a lot of red in that background. But I want the kid's sensitivity. His birds had the commitment. That's what I really want. When it's time to break, they let go. Ain't no rolling 5 feet. When it's break time, it's break time. And that's what I wanted from them, in that depth on the break. So, and that's what they brung. I mean, the weapon cock, red model. His full sister, blue check bronze. Nestmates. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what? Right there. I mean, perfect. Bull-eye Spangle. Wasn't really, he was a Spangle outside, but he was an ash red. He had ash red feathers in his tail. So let me know he was ash red. You know what I'm saying? So, really good bird though. Really, that was probably one of the better birds I think I've ever gotten. At a real good price, $50. But, you know, I take them to all my dark checkers, blue checkers, and I still got red checks, and still got dark checks, and I all can spend equally. That's what I mean by balance, by color balance. I need balance in the performance of every color. So, now, blue checkers. My hottest producers right now are two blue check cocks. They brothers. Blue checks. They blue. They not dark checks. They do have bronzing, and one of them does have bronzing. A little bit. You can see it in his wing. One of them does. But his father was a recessive red, and his mother was a bronzed. No, take that back. She was a blue check. White flight. Mixed tail. Blue check. So, you see why I color balance, like give every color a chance to roll equal. That's all. I very rarely put recessive red birds together. I did it a couple of years ago with my main hen, because she was a recessive red, but a grizzle. So she's like a red grizzle. Not a red check or ash red check grizzle, a recessive gene, red grizzle. And she produced what most people would think like a check. Put to all the hot birds, take all the heat right off of them. They still remain in frequency. Frequency remains, and they still have depth. So I did a maiden one time. I gave the twins one, and I gave Dallas one. They sisters. The one the twins have wasn't flown out, but the one Dallas has was flown out. But I told the twins that when they breed off her, they're gonna like her. But them deep grizzles you see over their house, that's what they off of her. But I told them that she would be like that. Now, when we get to grizzle, tortoiseshell, and we have grizzle, what's the difference? I'm not a geneticist that know all about the colors and all that kind of stuff like that. But my interpretation of a tortoiseshell is a bronze with the grizzle gene. That's pretty much all. That's all I see. I see a bronze pigeon with a grizzle gene. Some more white, some are less white. The more white they have, the lighter tortoiseshell. People call them a grizzle, but they are actually mine are actually tortoiseshells. They come a little lighter, and that's crazy because the pepperhead birds, two of the ones that were hotter, are the little sister of the one I kept, and she's like 20 feet. That's it. And she's bleaching out whiter. She should be still flying, but it's one of them birds that your gut finna say, you need to put that one up. And the reason why I put her up is because every single bird, like I said in my other videos, that I said I wanted to put up, or I should have put up, are not here. They're gone. So I have no chance. They're gone. Nothing. So now my gut finna say, put that one to the side, put it on the shelf. We'll get back to it later. That's what I do. I have to. Because my tortoiseshell was in my kit, the white flight that everybody kept thinking was a blue check, that real nice spinning one from last year. I kept playing around flying her. Falcon got her. She's gone now. So there is no, oh, I put her up now. Too late. Gone. And the fly before that, I should have put her. I should have pulled her out then, or at least should have plucked her. Let her flights regrow. But I didn't do neither one. She's not here. So I don't get the chance to see how good she would have been in breeding loft. I got a sister, still flying, but she's not, to me, she won't be no, she's not. She can't go on my breeding loft. Her younger sister showed a lot of signs she showed. She didn't fly as long as she did, but my good fella said, well, don't have that one. Try this one. I tried her. Well, she's in there. I ain't tried her yet. But the thing was, she was already flown. So when they're already flown in the kit, if they don't work out, they can go back to the kit easier. So that's where I'm with that. And that's a tortoiseshell gene. Father, dark check, white flight. Mother, red model. After I mating with my main hen, another red bird. So I'm getting tortoiseshells. And they frequent because of the mating, both parents, not because of her or him and her together. That's what it is. And you guys got to understand that. So don't let these guys tell you the recessive red is responsible for all your depth and your hot birds and all that. That's a bunch of BS. Not true. Not true. No. Because a few years, in the last couple of years ago, so a guy flew a kit that was predominantly red, and they didn't do nothing. All red birds. So, no, don't believe that. Don't get caught up in the hype. If you handle most of them red birds, I bet you they were stronger birds. Red, soft feathered, soft colored, not soft feathered all the time. That kind of stuff got to be shown in person. And maybe I'll do something like that in person one day. Invite some guys, and we sit back here and we talk about that over and over. But recessive red is not responsible for depth. Sorry, it's not. It's not. You're going to see some recessive reds that ain't worth crap. Barely turn over. Barely flip. And some that roll horrible. And you might going to see some that roll deep. You're going to see some blue checkers that roll spin good. And some that roll horrible and some that don't roll frequent at all. And some are too frequent. So, no. Not true. Got that from me. Keith London, I'm saying that. It's not true. Recessive red thing. No. Let the birds dictate your frequency, not the color. The birds. So I did an experiment one year, right? It wasn't even an experiment. I was pairing my birds up, and I know these two birds would go really good together. A blue check self and a dark check self hen. So when I put them together, a friend of mine told me, I told this story before, told me, why you putting them birds together? They're going to be stiff. I said, there's no way these birds can be stiff. There's no way. He said, why you say that? It's two blue checks, two hard birds together. They're going to be too strong and too stiff. I said, dude, there's no way. This cock was too good of a working spinner. This hen was equally, work equally as hard, but deeper. There's no way these birds are going to be stiff. Genetically, it's not there. Flew them. Fast forward 7 months later. Flying my kit. Guy looking up the kit. 2 blue checks. Hammering it. 30 feet. 25 feet. Over and over. So guy walks up to me, giving this little goofy ass look. Hey Keith, what's some 2 dark checks up there? Oh, those off that pair you told me the birds are going to be stiff. He said, what? That's their babies. Those are nestmates. I said, and they nestmates? 2 hens up. Nope, cock and a hen. So I'm saying, let the birds show you who they are. Let the birds dictate who's going to be short, who's going to be deep. Don't let the color always do it. You know what I'm saying? And that same pair, they threw blue checks, dark check, a little bronzing, and they threw reds. They threw those 3. And they were all pretty good. But what's crazy is, check this out. The ones that were red were the shorter ones. Imagine that. See what I'm saying? The 2 red, the red white fly and the red mixed wing were the shorter ones. They was 15 feet max. Both of them. The best one was a dark check self. 30, 40 feet. easily twice a minute. Easy. That's crazy. So that's why I say color now. It's all about how you put your birds down, breed your birds, man. It's all about that. Let the birds dictate what's touching up in that kit, man, and your loft, your kit boxes, and come from your breeding loft. Let the birds dictate that based on who they are. And these birds, well, you select individuals. All birds are selected as individuals. So I'm gonna stock that bird, stocking an individual. Come on, guys. Really? Now you might stock that individual based on how he do in a group, but you're still stocking one individual pigeon. You're not stocking the whole kit. Some dudes do that. Some dudes buy somebody's first kit, their main kit, they fly and then breed off of them. Some guys do that. But anyway, I don't want this to be a long video. I just want to get that straight about the recessive red thing so you guys won't be misguided. Let the birds show you who's the hot one, who's the deep one, who's the freak one. Don't let the color dictate that. Don't let it happen. So with that, let's keep London. KL Phoenix Rollers, Roller Agenda. I'm out. Peace. See you guys next time we fly.